Hello and welcome to another edition of the Show Thoughts podcast. Of course, I'm the Big Show. Of course, Sam and Big E are with me. We are now
Oh,
8 episodes
Jim.
away. Or we know you change your fucking name every episode. Like I
Well,
think the
hello, Jim.
viewers have picked it up by now. Like, oh, this is Jim, Larry, Phil, Conquistador, fucking Coast Guard. Like we get it.
Well, I went professional. They call me Jim professionally, but actually my name's Jim Bob. But
Oh, I thought it was more of a
Um,
James Robert, whatever works for you.
no.
But yeah, we are 8 episodes away now from the 100th episode of the podcast. Something big is coming, so be ready, and it is in the works. I did find out today, Eric, that we cannot live stream it.
I didn't think we were. That's news to me in a whole lot of senses.
I was going to live stream it, and I cannot because we have to pay for it. And here on the podcast, we do not pay for shit. All right, we do this freebie all day, all long. Plus, I'm over here in goddamn vacation mode because I'm ready to fucking go this weekend. Like, I'm trying to get the fuck out of here. All right, I'm
Yeah, well, I
leaving.
don't like you.
I'm peacing out. You coming? I'll be
How
up
am
there
I
Saturday.
how am
2
I
hours
fucking
away.
coming? My wife died. Like, how am I supposed to come?
Whoa, 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 sir.
what?
Where am I going?
I don't know, but you're coming apparently. You don't know
She
if you're
died.
coming or going. Then I'm
She,
done.
she died.
Yeah, she didn't. Never mind. She didn't die. But no,
I was gonna say, don't break my heart, because
no.
No, she is in her. Obviously, he knows. She's in her second home, so she's at Shady Side Hospital.
Yeah.
If anybody that watches this is at Shady Side, go visit Donna.
Go give her one time real quick. Be like, hey you're in the hospital. All right. Okay,
Give a shout
bye.
out to give a shout out to John Levy. He went and visited her, and I didn't even know.
Did he?
Donna was like, "Yeah." She's like, "I was just sitting here eating lunch." She was like, "I got to knock the door." I said, "Come on in." She goes, "Yes, John." He popped in and said, "I see if I need anything."
Well, look, see, shout out to John Louis for go ahead and out of his way. Above and beyond. I'm gonna give him his I'm gonna give him his flowers. I'm gonna give him
I
his
was like,
flowers.
"I didn't even tell him you were in." Well, I was like, "I didn't even tell him you were in there." And she was like, "No, I think he just randomly checks this floor because he knows this is where I always come."
does he work there?
Yeah, he works at Chase. Yeah,
He just rotates the floor.
yeah.
She in today? Nope. All
Yeah.
right, give it a couple
He just
days.
he
Be
just looks
back.
at the patient intake board. He's like, "Oh, yep, there's that name." Okay.
All right. Hey, you know what? BRB. I'm gonna go up
Yeah.
there real quick, give it a looky loo. I'll be back. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
Dude, his boss
I
is
was like, when
Logan.
my
Logan
mom
don't
worked
give a
at,
shit.
Oh
well,
no.
Where?
she was doing that for a friend, like the same
Oh
reason. She was
fuck!
like, oh,
Here
No,
we
no, no. She's
go.
back. She came back.
Here
wait,
we
what?
go. You
You froze
froze.
and then you came back again. I was like,
Am
oh
I
man.
here? Am I here now? Can you guys
You're
hear me?
yes, you're there. You're there.
Okay.
You were saying your mom was
Yeah,
and
when
then
she was
that's
working at the hospital, she did that too, where she was like, she knew a friend of hers was on like a certain floor. And she was like, oh yeah, the last time she was on like floor 3, like whatever. And she went up to go see her friend. And her friend wasn't on that floor or in the room, but James Earl Jones was. So she got to meet
see?
him.
And then
Oh,
she's trying to like sneak in, be like, I'm gonna go see the voice of Darth Vader real quick. Excuse me. It's fine.
I helped take care of Joe DiNardo.
That's why the weather's so fucked up in this city.
Yeah, he was ever since the DiNardo left. It's all bangers.
I know. Look what you did. How dare you, sir?
Hey, Jane got an offer to go shadow and hang out at Channel 4 News, like in the control room.
I mean, would you really want to hang out at Channel 4 News?
Why not?
All right. All right. All right.
I mean, look, if we got an offer, why not? Like,
I mean, yeah. I mean,
step it up, PXI and KDK. Let's go. What do you got?
yeah. Like, come on. I mean, I'll even take fucking WQED. Put me on PBS broadcast system. This
Jane has
show
been
will
on
never be
PBS
on
so many
PBS.
times. Jane has been on the Mister Rogers program. She's been in the kitchen with the chefy cook people. What's his name? Chris Fenimore. Yeah, Jane like grew up in fucking QED.
But was she
Like,
on This Old House?
not yet. We're working on that one.
All right, because I want to be whittling. All
I don't
right.
trust her with a hammer, so I don't know.
I don't know. Apparently, the rock star heard us, so we might have an appearance from everybody's
Rockstar.
everybody's favorite little kid. My
Ain't little,
teenage
bro.
son. Oh no, we started work today, bro. We ain't doing
Oh
it.
yeah. How'd that go?
So, um, really well, really well. So today, um, is was Xander's first day of work. By the time people watch this, like, of course, I'm doing this before I leave, and he works Monday through Thursday. So when y'all watch this, he's had about a good first week going in. But Monday was his first day, and it's not real long. He works like 2 to 5. The first week, it's getting the kids like acclimated into the situation, know what they're doing, going from there, and then gradually, like the next week, and he's only doing it for the month of June just to get his feet wet on the work field. So what he does is he picks up trash, throws it away, throws out trash to like a dumpster or a trash can. Sweeps, vacuums, cleans windows. I think that's it. And then he like tidies up, like picks up toys and stuff like that and puts them back. Um, it went really well. Like the guy said, he just needs to be a little reiterated and refocused. But he was like, it was the first day, so he's like, I
Now,
didn't
what
expect.
is the place again?
Xander works for the Volunteers of America in Sharpsburg.
Okay.
So that that's a great concept because he'll be able to be like around other. I don't know if he'll per se be around other children, but you know what I mean. But like today, like I wish his mom was with us because I was able to get a tour and we're not supposed to. Like parents only go so far.
Yeah.
But the guy was like, "It's dead." He was like, "Do you want to check out around here?" And I was like, "Yeah."
But what
Just
is
so
the
I
facility like? What is it? What do they do there?
help out kids. Like so they have like computer rooms, video games, they help them with homework, they help them with
Oh, okay. Almost like
just
like a community center type of place.
yeah, pretty much in a nutshell. So it's like
Oh,
they help with certain kids with life skills, shit like that. It's pretty cool. Like when I walked in there, I was like, "Oh wow." And I was looking around, I was like, "Oh." So I was like, "So do you have like teenagers?" And he was like, "Not necessarily. We have more like preteens." He's like, where they're like waist high, maybe a little bit higher up. And I was like, "Oh." So I pretty much got the gist of him. And he's walking us around like there's a 3D printer room, and of course Xander goes right to, "I'm printing something." I was like, "No, you're not." Like, "No, you're not printing nothing.
yeah. Like,
You're not printing nothing in a 3D room." My God, thank you. So, anywho, so from there, the guy was telling me like, "Oh, there's a room with like an Xbox and a PlayStation." And I was like looking at him. I was like, "Dude, shut the fuck up! Like,
you're
shut up!
about to
Like
lose
all
an
these
employee
things,
real quick.
you're gonna lose an employee super fast." Like, what's he in here? He's like on YouTube, doing his thing or whatever. And then like, it was really cool. Like the people had like drawings and stuff, and Xander was like seeing like different characters, like Marvel characters, Eric, and like Pixar one, Sam. So he was highly engaged, like really into it. And I was like, "Wow, man, that's pretty cool." And then we went upstairs, and it's like a whole computer system for like kids to like study and shit like that. And I was like, "Wow, whoever would have thought?" That was
Yeah.
but like, man, like I asked him when I picked him up because like when I dropped him off, I was kind of like in my feels because like something crazy happened. And his mom and I were kind of nervous, and of course, I think she was more nervous than I was because she unfortunately couldn't make it due to work. But I just reassured her. I was like, "Look, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be
Mhm.
just fine. Like he may not get it today, you know what I mean, or may not understand it, but it'll all work out. Like I have faith in our son that he's gonna do fine." So when I picked him up today, so I pulled up and it was like 4:45. They came outside, him and so it's like there's like somebody that like watches over him like an aide. They come out and I was like, "Oh shit!" Like, "Oh, all right." So I got out the car and I was just asking him how it was and whatnot. The aide's like, yeah, it went really well. Like he did pretty good. He just needs a little bit of refocus and redirection. And I was like, do you not know who my kid is yet? Like,
Hmm.
yeah, that's one of the things he does. But once he gets it, I was like, plus it's the first day. So he's probably just getting accustomed to the first day. Like, wow, this is new. What's going on? What am I doing? So we got in the car and we drove off a little bit. And I was like, would you do this again tomorrow? And he was like, yep. I was like, okay, okay, cool. Like, I mean, even if he didn't, I know between myself and his mom, we would encourage him to keep doing it because I'm telling
Yeah.
you, like, eventually, when you even if you get that first paycheck and it could be like $100, $200, that's a lot. That's a lot of Five Below it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? But I mean, we're gonna be conscious and smart about it. Or like we're gonna take some away, put it in a savings account for him, get that started. But like we're looking into banks and stuff like that. So, but yeah, it phenomenal first day of work. Like so, yeah. Xander's now joined the rest of us in the workforce till tomorrow. He's like, I don't want to do this shit. I'll be
Sucks
like,
to be you, kid. Sucks to be you.
as soon as he's like, I don't want to do this, I'll be like, I feel you. I don't want to do
Hmm.
this any day.
Boy,
And
how
he,
about you and Dad? We call off today.
right? And he's off on Fridays, so that's the cool part. So at least he gets to work like 4 days. So
Yeah,
and
I
they
mean,
were
that's
really
all. I mean, it seems like Jane works longer, and right now she's been picking up like, if they call her in, she'll pick up like a little, like an extra shift, but she only works 4 days. It's
yeah,
like, I mean, she works longer hours, but in those 4 days, but yeah, it's just, I mean, it's just to get them, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. That's
and
why to me, like I was super excited for him.
I taught Jane, and I was surprised she did it. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, you teach your kid life lessons, and especially that they're, teenage, how much are they really listening to their parents? But it's like, I tried to teach her, but, when she got the job and, it was like a week before she actually started or whatever. And I'm like, all right, we got you a bank account. Dad has access to it, but I technically don't have a need to go in there. That is yours. It's just kind of like an emergency, or if something dumb happens that your bank account gets low and you need a couple bucks in there to not get it, like Dad can throw, you know what I mean? Like, whatever. But I was like, try to start building up savings. And how often does he get paid? Does he get paid every week, like at the end of it, or two, like a normal person that hates it?
I'm not sure. They might pay him every week because it's only 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Jane gets paid, like the Coons grocery store pays every week. And she takes half of her check every week and puts it away.
Well, yeah, that's what we were gonna do. Is we want to make sure we both have access to the account. We want to make
Yeah.
sure that he's not out there just using his card and going crazy.
Yeah.
But
Hmm.
he'd be under the supervision of like adults, his
Yeah, that's
parents,
what
who
I
are
was gonna say.
the
It's not
ones.
like the kid's out wandering the mall on his own. If he's out doing something, it's with you or and Brandy or Ashley. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that he's.
Yeah, or like my
I wouldn't
mom or
want to be
my
a fly on
dad.
that wall, though. Listen, you let that kid just go ahead, Xander. Go into Five Below all by yourself. I will just stand in there and not let him know I'm there, and I want to see this shit.
Yeah, right. No, that's why we're not letting you with him with a fucking debit card. No, but no, like there's plenty of us around him that'd be like, no, all right, it's a bit much. You better
Hmm.
watch yourself. And then like, of course, with me and Ashley having access to the account, we could always go like, hey, you're $20 away from being broke. Like you're gonna have to
Yeah,
work. But like this is the start. So what we'll do is we're gonna see how it goes, and then once this is all over, I mean, we're looking into bank accounts and shit like that. But
yeah,
once it's all over, and if they continue to do it, hell yeah, he'll have a bank
yeah. That's
account.
good.
But yeah, very positive for him for sure. And now, as soon as he came home, he was like, it's funny as hell because he like kicked off his shoes and he was like, oh, he's already in his PJs. I was like, it was your first day of work, and you already understand how we all feel.
Hmm.
You got like 60 more years to go, bro. Like,
I
get
know,
with it.
right? You're gonna be there at grip, my guy. Damn. But yeah, we were very proud of him today for sure. It was definitely a good day for him. So, um, you have you have baseball cards. Is that what you have here? What are you doing here?
So I have this special package. It's probably backwards on the camera.
Nope, it says
Nope.
tops now.
It says tops now.
I got a Topps package, and I kind of know what's in it, but I thought it would be cool to open it, especially with you on the far end. I don't know if Sam's a card collector. Not that I am either.
Only with David Wright. Well, actually, I have a Mike Piazza card and a David Wright card.
It's in a
So what do you got
plastic
there?
fancy. It's in a plastic fancy hard case. This is fancy shit. We're taking it out. I should probably wear white gloves, huh?
I mean, if you want to wear white gloves.
It is the first ever Pat McAfee Topps card.
Only
There it is.
you would have a Pat McAfee Tops card. You know, it's
That's a cool
rightfully
picture,
fitting.
though.
Yeah, you know, just recently when he fought Gunther. Right there's
Yeah, and
Gunther.
then his chest was all red the next day.
Yeah, there's it just explains the match on the back, like why. Dude, it says right on here, took a flurry of chops
Flurry.
from the ring general.
The ring general.
It was like because he only made so many of them, like it's numbered. I got number 51.
I mean, that's cool.
But I didn't know this. He never had like even a football card. He never even had like a Colts NFL, like any type of card. He's never had a card.
You would
So
think he'd have one, especially playing in the NFL.
I think when Topps found out, they're like, we'll make you a wrestling card now that they're doing all this WWE stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Well, look at you. I thought you were like unboxing it and ripping open packages and
Yeah.
stuff. Me and Sam could be like,
It says
meanwhile, we're like, all right.
it was a standout performance. That's the title of the. Yeah, and it comes with.
Wait, there's only one card in there? That was the only card?
Yeah, the rest of it's all foam. There's literally like protective in this case.
Yeah, I mean, that goes better than the days of like the screw downs and all that. That used to be fun.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not like a crazy card collector. I mean, yeah, like you were like we were back in the day. Like I used to collect cards back in the day, but like not so much anymore. But I just I don't know. I thought it would be cool, you know, to have. And to be honest, it was only like $10.
Only $10.
Yeah, so I was like, well,
Okay.
all right. I was like, why not? You know?
Yeah, I mean, you never know. It could be something. Eventually.
Yeah, I'll just put it with the rest of my McAfee memorabilia.
Your shrine.
It's not a shrine. It's just
I like how you look over too. It's not a shrine.
he's with like anything that I have of his is like. Well, okay, this is only the third thing I ever bought of his. I have his like actual WWE action figure, and then I have the little Wrestle Buddy, the little like the throwback like pillow Wrestle Buddies. Remember those?
Yeah.
They WWE came out with them again, and he got one. But you can buy mini ones. It's I don't know. It's only like this big. It's just like a little. It's on like a keychain.
Till they make a Pat McAfee Funko Pop, and then it'll be leaking down your leg.
Oh, I'd have that.
I hear you already. I'm just like, I get it.
I've gotten pretty big on those Funko Pops, man. So
Eric speaking of that.
You don't know shit.
Eric just showed me the Funko Pop app, and I'm like, all right, that's cool. And he was like, no, you can scan them and make your own collection. I was like, shut up.
I did that. Yeah, I did that for Christmas. I gave my sisters each one of them and their spouses. Like,
should I turn my camera and just give a little sneak peek of part of my collection?
Sure.
Here, Sam. This is how bad mine is. See that shelf over there?
Holy shit!
That's 4 deep. Each shelf is 4 deep.
Yeah, it's like mine is
like
just one. But
that's not a collection. That's an obsession.
What did you tell me when I was a child on Saturday, dude? You were like, "You got a problem, bro."
I was like, I think you have a problem.
Okay, so it all started. Well, quick story. So we were watching the pay-per-view, Money in the Bank.
Watching Money in the Bank on Saturday.
And somehow the subject came up, and he goes, because we both have the Vince McMahon Funko Pop. And he goes, I wonder how much he's going for. And I'm like,
Because with everything, sorry, Eric, with everything
yeah.
going on with him, Sam, we just didn't know if he was like up, down, or
Mhm.
like what his value is.
So
That's
Yeah.
I
all.
was like, oh, I can tell you. And you were like, he was like, okay. So I found out he was only worth $14 and some cents, which is kind of what you paid for him. So it was,
That's still cheaper though than what I paid for the most recent Papa.
yeah, see,
Yeah,
you got to learn. We're going to teach you a lesson, girl.
yeah, we're
Um,
gonna learn you today.
there, so they, so I think you had asked me, like, how did you find that so fast? And
Yeah,
I was like, on the app, like, the app will tell you, like, how much the Funko Pops are trending for, like what their current resale is. And you were like, wait, there's a fucking app? I was like, and next thing you know, Paul's sitting in the middle of his living room, Funko spread out everywhere, scanning barcodes.
I was because I want to know how much these bitches is worth. And I literally did. And then, like, of course, like, I have some that are out of the box. So, like, Eric was telling me, like, you have to search them and whatnot. And I was like, all right. I spent the rest of the damn pay per view doing that. I was like, oh, wow. Oh, cool. Oh, all right.
My
I mean,
collection, I think I said what? Mine was like 200. I think I have 200 total. And
something
the
like that.
value of my whole collection is over $3,000.
Yeah. And when we got done with mine, it was 100 and some. It was like low because I didn't do my Christmas ones. I started typing
Yeah.
them in, Eric, after you left.
Mhm.
And it was like retailed at about $2,000.
And
Damn.
Sam, here's the lesson. As much as you might want the Funko Pop, like for instance, you're talking about the guy from Ghost.
Mhm.
As much as you might want it, you have to like have a limit. And I'm telling you now, if you're paying more than $15 for one, you're kind of getting ripped off. Like
Yeah.
they're
Like,
So mine was originally supposed to be like I think like $12 or $13, and then I got an email stating that they had to raise it due to the tariffs. And I paid with shipping and handling. It was like 15 and change or 16 and change.
that's still not bad.
No,
No.
no, yeah, that's not. You said it was more. I was thinking you paid like
still
outrageous.
more than 14.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, I don't like now I'm looking around. I think the most expensive ones are the ones of me and Xander. Like, that's it.
well, no, no. What one was yours? You said it was like it was a one of a girl. She was your
Oh,
highest.
no, I mean, like, what I've spent on it.
Oh,
Like, with
spent
Randy,
wise.
because
Oh
Randy
yeah,
bought
yeah.
them, and I know how much it is to, like, pop yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Get
Mhm.
the Funko Pop.
That
It's
shit
like
is
40.
expensive. Just
Yeah.
It's like
saying.
40. It's like $40-ish
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
pop
But,
yourself. But then you add shipping and shit like that. It gets close to like $50.
yeah. But, no, like, my expensive ones are, um, Mike from Stranger Things, because he's like 8-bit, and he was like one. You were here, Eric. So if I'm wrong, let me know. It was like 130 or 170. I can't really remember. And then the
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch was like floating.
Yeah, that one was. Yeah, I knew it was
Yeah,
a girl one you had that was
yeah, that
expensive.
was her. She was like almost $80, and then of course good old Eminem B Rabbit. He's like
Yeah.
$50.
What I say mine was. Mine was. I had one that was almost $200. I can't think what the fuck one it was now. I don't know. But see, Sam, and that's the thing. Like, that's the price if you're going to resell it. That's what me and him were talking about. Like, I have no chance of selling. Like, I'm just collecting them, and I collect them
Mhm.
because it's like a lot of them are like Paul found out because like then he went down a rabbit hole of you can shop and browse on the app like and find shit that you didn't even know existed, and it's like, and
You're
then
gonna have to tell me this app now,
It's
because
just Funko.
it's just called Funko. Just go to your app store and just type in Funko, and it's the Funko app,
Yep.
and you just create an account, and then you just
Yeah, it's nothing
yeah,
fancy.
well,
yeah.
no, because I just started getting got into it because of the ghost. My sister got me the first ghost for my birthday, and then I really like wanted the second ghost, and I couldn't find it. And then as I started like getting into the Funkos, like I found Francisco Lindor from the Mets, and I was like, shit, like okay, so I got that
Yeah.
one. But then like I got the ghost, and then it's just like I don't know. I just like the way I'm looking and finding them. There were only a few that I was surprised by. So if I can find ones that I'm like, oh hell,
Yeah,
See, the thing that
that's kind of how I do my collection. Like, is if there's something like that captivates me, like, oh
mm-hmm.
shit, I didn't know they did this. Because off topic, but still on it, we went up to Toyland here on Route 8, and I sent Eric a photo of like they had a Funko Pop of like the kid from Schoolhouse Rock, and I was like, what the fuck right now? Like, seriously anymore? They really do have whatever you really can think of. Like
Mm-hmm.
90% of the time they have it.
yeah
So there, like up at Toyland, there was shit, Eric. I was scanning that bitch and putting it in my collection, like for my wish list. I was
yeah
like,
because
bro,
that's
I
the other
need
thing,
this.
Sam. So like if you find stuff on the app, like on their, because the app just takes you to the online store.
Mm-hmm.
But if you find stuff on there that you're like, oh, I like that, but I'm not, I'm gonna wait to get it. So there's two icons that you can click. There's two like little emojis. One's the Funko crown, like the logo. That adds it to your collection. So if you own it, it'll add it to that inventory that we were talking. You can run up. But if
Yeah.
you there's a heart. If you favorite it, it'll add it to like a wish list almost, and then you can go back into that wish list and be like, oh, okay, like because like we did. So when he was scanning his stuff in, like I was browsing on there because they were just having like a summer sale, and there was stuff in my wish list that went on sale. And that's why I have things in my wish list because I limit again. Like I don't pay more than $15 for them.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a rare instance where I've paid a little more, but not anything outrageous. But
Yeah.
there was stuff on sale. Like what? Because he was sitting there, and I was like, "Well, got another one," and he was like, "What the hell?" And I was like, "I bought Chris Farley." Like I've been waiting for this Chris Farley to go down in price because it's like a special edition one,
Mm-hmm.
and it's him from Saturday Night Live when he's doing his "Down by the River" in living it like in. What I told you, they updated the package because it was just a normal package and said his name on it. But now it's a special edition package for the 50th anniversary of Saturday Night Live.
Right.
So I got it. What did I get it for? Like $8.
Yeah, something
Oh.
cheap.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, like that's worth like I'm in on that. So here's another good place to find stuff cheap is on Amazon, or at
That's
least
where I found. Yeah,
yeah,
that's where I found them.
Amazon is a big retail carrier for Funko.
Or
Mm-hmm.
go to flea
And
markets.
yeah, I was with him that day at the flea market, and he was like asking again. He was asking me, he was like, "Expert opinion. Should I buy these? What's the value? What are we doing?" And I'm like, "Hold on." Hold the app out, and I'm like, "Buy it, buy it, buy it."
Yeah, because
You ended up walking away with the whole cast of Saved by the
Saved by the
Bell.
Bell for what, 30, 25, something like
I
that.
was, I thought it was like 20ish because I
Yeah.
think the guy said like, "Oh yeah," he was like, he rambled off a number to you, and again, it's a flea market, so you were like, would you be willing to do? And you threw that, and he was like, "Oh, let's meet in the middle." And I think it was around 20. It was in the
Yeah.
20.
But I
Mm-hmm.
mean, of course they're open and whatnot. But I was like, I don't care. To have the cast from Saved by the Bell is great.
But again, like for people like me and you, and there's plenty of people out there. There's plenty of people that just collect them just to collect them, and there's plenty of people that buy them to resell them.
Yeah,
Which
for
and
Yeah.
sure.
that's any type of collector thing, like cards. You know what I mean? There's people that collect cards just to collect them, and there's people that buy them and run up the goddamn price on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same with shoes.
Yeah, shoes are the same
Yeah.
way. But
Yep.
that's why
Cause
like
like,
Amazon's good because again, Amazon keeps the prices regular. So
Oh God.
yeah.
I was like,
See, like for
what?
me, I have to be into something like when I was younger, I collected coins. Remember when they used to? I mean, I know they still make them, but remember when they used to have like those maps and you were able to find all the quarters that had the different
oh
states,
yeah.
and you were able to.
Yeah, yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
I did that at one point. Collected all of them. Like during COVID, my collection turned into pottery. So I was collecting different pottery, like different, bowls and plates, and I don't use it. I don't use any of the pottery. I put it up for display. Like it's done. And now it's anything that deals with ghost. Anything that deals with the Mets or Ghost is what I'm collecting. So
Please
Another
don't be judging
place,
my fucking McAfee collection.
another place that's good for them, honest to God, is the exchange.
Oh yeah, the exchange is
The
good.
exchange will have a barrage of fucking pop dolls. And of course, some of them will be like, 15, $20 or whatever. But I can't tell you how many times we left the exchange and I maybe spent $40 and have like 6, 7, 8 Funko Pops.
Yeah.
mhm.
That's just something to look into. But the next time I go and I see one, I'll take a picture and send it to you, Sam. Be like, you got this one? Because
Yeah.
I know they've had a ghost one there once or twice. So
Yeah.
The
it's just
MLB
something to
ones,
look for.
if you download the app and go into the store and just search Mets, it'll bring up
Mhm.
they make a couple Mets players. Like I have all the Pirates players, which they didn't make many,
I
but
mean, would you? You're just losing money.
no, I'm not.
I had to, bro.
I got motherfucking Kutch as a Funko Pop. That
Oh
motherfucker
my
is gonna
dude, I'm a
bring me some
Pirates fan.
cash.
They watch my shit to get all mad when we talk shit on the Pirates.
Hey,
It's like,
hey, since you run your mouth, those motherfuckers are now winning 4-1. So shut up.
okay, this is shot on Monday. By Friday, they probably lost 3 more.
Yeah.
All
No,
right,
we're good.
come on.
No,
We all know this is what happens. Like the Pirates, like will have this little surge where they like start winning and they do okay, and then of course they can't be too good. So damn well Pete is going to get traded. You know because of how good he is, he's going to go somewhere. He's going to go where the money is, and then you guys are going to slump back down.
As soon as
Yeah.
Canes is gone, y'all are gonna cry like little bitches
Mm-hmm.
that lost their prom date, bro.
that's the thing. He ain't going anywhere. So
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
You guys,
Yeah, wait, I don't
everybody's like,
understand. Explain that to me. Every time you guys have like a really good player, right? It's like, well, he's not going to go anywhere. Even McCutcheon left the Pirates at one point.
I mean,
okay,
the
after he
fucking
was
owner
here
just
for
can't
how
get
many
rid of
goddamn
anyone.
years? They
But he
can
still
the
left.
Pirates
He
the
still
Pirates
left.
the Pirates control Skeens' contract for the next 4 years.
Do the Pirates or does the owner?
The
Mm-hmm.
who owns the Pirates? Duh.
Yeah,
But
see?
they came out when the rumors came out that they should everybody well not the rumors but everybody was saying in the media that yes they should trade him and he deserves better and da da da. The ownership came out and was like, we have no intentions of trading him. We are building a team around him because that's the thing too. Is
But
they're
that's
still
what's
paying
interesting
him.
is so he says, oh, we're going to build a team around him. Okay, great. But what improvements have they been making? They had all this time, and you guys are still 14 and a half games behind first. Like, when is he going to start showing that he's taken severe interest into this team?
Or
Well,
is
the
he gonna
GM
pull
can
the
only do
Wesley
what he
for
can. The
He can
GM
do
can
so
only,
much. He's got the money. He just chooses not to.
not the GM. He ain't got no fucking money. The owner's got all
I'm
the
talking
money.
about the owner. I'm talking about Nuttin, who likes to nut
Oh,
on everybody.
listen,
But
we know
at this point,
we all know he's the problem, obviously. But
right? That's what I'm saying, though. Like, that's where everybody wants to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do it. It's gonna be our year. But like, that's where I feel bad for you guys because yes, like the Pirates have so much potential. They could be a winning team if Nuttin took them seriously. If Nuttin really
but that's
invested in
the
them.
other thing though too is they have been smart about it. And when we do trade away, you know, star players at whatever time it might be, you know, people hear they don't look into it. They just hear, oh, we got, you know, like who was last? Well, Garrett Cole. When Garrett Cole left, he was the last time we had a big pitching ace. When he left us and went to Houston, I think everybody all they heard is, oh, we got X amount of prospects back. Like we got 4 prospects from the minor leagues from Houston for that guy. Everybody's like, that was a horrible trade. We want so they think, oh, star player for star player. Well, no, they got minor league players, but those minor league players are now guys that are on that they're like, these pitching. I mean, that's what me and Mike were talking about this earlier today. Burrows, that's pitching for us tonight. He's a really good pitcher. He just got screwed because he had to have Tommy John surgery, and this is his first season that he can really get out there and pitch and start putting together his routine. And he got his first win. He has the potential to be not a Paul Skeens, but he has the potential to be a great pitcher and a good pitcher in Major League Baseball. We have the minor leagues. It's just the point of, wait. It just takes time for those guys to get through the system and get up here. You can't rush it, and
It
it
seems like
sucks
the
that we
owner
have
just
to.
wants to.
We shouldn't have to rely on our minor leagues to fulfill the team. It's just that instead of fixing the problem instantly, they're playing like the long game, where it's like we'll just keep waiting, and at some point, yeah, we're gonna have a great team. I keep saying great, but we're gonna have a really good competitive team. But it's just that it took forever to build it because they just didn't. And that's the thing, though, too, is look at you. You just how much have you bitched? I mean, you said that you're coming around now, but the whole Juan Soto thing,
I
you guys
still
paid.
don't like him. Still don't
You,
like him.
that's what I'm saying. And look how much money you guys put out for him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's overspent too much. They should not have spent that much.
And I don't want the Pirates to do that though either. I don't want them to overspend on a guy to it's like, okay, they finally spend money. It's like, holy shit, they spent money and bought whoever. You know what I mean? We're like, shit, that guy's a top player. But then he gets here and it's like, he fucking sucks. And we just dropped how much of our payroll on him? You know what I mean? And again, we don't have that kind of payroll like you guys do to just blow it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you guys would have just gave him a suite or whatever, I guess he'd have been happy. But
No.
I just wish that the Mets would focus more on their pitching because that's what we need.
See, that's what we have. It's the rest of the game that we need to fix.
The rest of the game.
Damn, the Mets have the rest of the game, but
Well, maybe if we
just put them together.
Yeah, I was gonna say let's just combine the team. Fuck it, just call it the Newbergs. We'll call them the Newbergs.
There you go. What I mean,
it's like whenever back in the day when the Eagles and the Steelers combined.
Yeah, and they were the Steagles. Yeah,
Steagles.
I sometimes forget that, but.
My friend was telling me that in next week actually, next weekend in New York City, there's this thing called, I think it's the Fanatics, and it's all sports, right?
Yeah.
And so the manager of the Mets is going to be there on Saturday. And I'm like, wait a minute, why are you going to be there? The Mets and the Phillies are playing that weekend. We fucking need you. No.
He has Fanatics Fest. He has other obligations.
He does. I am determined to buy a ticket to go to this convention and just talk to him and be like, I'm not getting a photo op. I need to know, why are you here and not on the out? Why are you not out on the field?
We need to have a conversation.
And he wants to know why you don't have a ticket and they're sitting in the stands right now.
Yeah, right. That's it. Yeah.
No, it is. I mean, it's just, as we say, it's it's Pirate baseball. I don't want to say you just get content with it. I mean, it sucks. We want to see change. We want to see better. But it's for those of us that actually follow the team and, we bitch on the inside, not so much the outside. We, like I said, it's just, and it's sad because yes, we do. We have players that, are good. It's just that they're just not ready to, I mean, they're going to call up the other pitcher from minor leagues, Bubba Chandler. He'll be up at some point this summer.
I'll just like him because his name's Bubba Chandler.
Bubba Chandler. And he throws almost just as hard as Paul Skeens and Jared Jones at almost 100 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but that's where I feel like it's going to be the downfalls because you have that great pitching, but not everything else. And you can't keep relying on just the pitching to get you through.
No, I mean, it's just like the Steelers. You can't just keep relying on defense. We need a fucking offense. But hey, we got it. Hey, we got A-Rod.
Don't start. Don't switch it over there.
I like A-Rod.
Wait, I thought of you, Eric, because a friend of mine who absolutely cannot stand Aaron Rodgers, when he posted on his Facebook, he goes, the first time that he catches that ball, he's going down and being like, help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Now, has he always hated Aaron Rodgers, or he just doesn't want Aaron Rodgers on the Steelers?
I think it's because he's now on the Steelers. I don't know if he's always hated it, but I was just like, why the hate? Come on now, he's not that old.
That's what I don't understand. I don't and I know he's not a quick fix. I know we've talked about this before. I know he's not the quick fix. The Steelers are not going to the Super Bowl this year. There's still other areas of the fucking team that need taken care of. But at least the game, the Steeler games on Sundays should be entertaining. We're not getting our fucking ass kicked. It should be competitive. There's a chance, you know what I mean? Like, we're not getting blown out. We got a chance to win some, we'll be down a touchdown, going into like the last 2 minutes of the game. Like, we should know that we have a quarterback that's kind of been there, done that, and knows how to, have that veteran presence. I mean, the guy's won a Super Bowl. He's 4-time MVP. Like, he knows how to be a leader. Like,
but if he don't have that meditation circle on a fucking Wednesday, we're losing on a Thursday.
No, it doesn't do a meditation circle. He goes into the fucking darkness, closes himself in the closet.
I just don't understand, why can't we give him a chance and just see how it plays out?
That's what I'm saying. You motherfuckers brought Russell Wilson in and thought that was going to be the savior. Rodgers' resume is so much better than fucking Russell Wilson. Like, the only thing I felt with Fields was that he was younger, the age. I felt like if they got him in there and he, could learn the system and, he's young, he had fresh legs, he could move, he could scramble. But that's the other thing too, is Artie Smith, this is what he'll be his second year now as the offensive coordinator. He plays Aaron Rodgers style of football. Like, the way he calls the games and the plays is what Aaron Rodgers likes. So I have a feeling like, because like with Fields, everybody's like, let him run. They think he's like Lamar Jackson and is going to fucking. But it's like, that's not the way that Artie Smith wants to build this offense. He wants it to be like a play action, fake the handoff and hit that deep ball. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, Russell at the end started throwing some deep balls, but that is what Aaron Rodgers fucking does. That guy can throw a deep ball on a dime, and he still can at an old age. Like, that's not it. His arm isn't what's declining.
See, but that's also where I feel like, to me, it's like equivalent. Okay, like I'm not a fan of Juan Soto whatsoever. I don't like him. I saw him play. That's where I feel like the difference is. I've seen him play last year in the World Series, and I was just like, he's not doing that well. I don't know why we have him. But like Aaron Rodgers has been out of the game. I get it, but like, give him a shot. He's coming back. He could be really well and prove us all wrong and be like, in your face, like, look what we, like, give him a minute. Like, if they would not have signed him if they did not see potential.
And that's the other thing too, is like, people got to stop and look at the contract he signed, because like the details of his contract, the finances of his contract came out, and if he was just doing this just to, like, for just so he can still be out there in the media, and he's just here for the money, which some people think like, oh, he's just stealing money from the Steelers or whatever. Like, his contract they're only paying him technically like $10 million.
And isn't it for like a year?
It's only for a year. Now, there's incentives. Now, that's the thing. There's incentives that if he hits benchmarks throughout the season, like playoff win, or like so many touchdowns, whatever the incentives are, he has the potential by the end of the year to make $19 million. But it's like, we're only really paying him 10.
Yeah.
Like he just wants to play. Like, the guy he's just all football, kind of like Tom Brady was. You know what I mean? Like, he just wanted to play ball. He took a cheap deal and went down to Tampa Bay and won them a Super Bowl. And everybody's joking about that. Like, there's a I don't want to say a stat, but like this, I guess you could call it like a stat thing. It's gone around. It was like, the first one to do it was Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning left the Indianapolis Colts and he went to Denver. In that first season, took Denver to a Super Bowl and won. Peyton Manning left the Patriots, where he had been all of his career. Technically, he retired. Or Tom Brady, yeah. Tom Brady came out of retirement, went to Tampa Bay, and they went and won the Super Bowl that year. And when those two guys did it, they were in their 40s. Aaron Rodgers, okay, you could say he was with the Jets last year, but technically he came from the Packers, where he was at for 18 years. He's in his 40s and he's just trying to win. So it's like, damn, does that fucking stat stay true? Like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like, again, I'm not saying the Steelers are going to the Super Bowl, but I'm just saying, like, it's funny shit like that. There's just like, the guy just wants to play ball. That's all that it comes down to. He could have just walked away right now. He had the opportunity to retire.
But that's the thing with the Yinzers is they'll take that stat and they'll just sit there and pray to their Aaron Rodgers shrine, almost like the Pat McAfee one.
Mhm.
And they'll just be sitting there and be like, as soon as he loses, oh, get him out of here. It wasn't worth
Mhm.
it. Blah, blah, blah. He'll win. Like, if he wins the first couple, and if they lose one game, get rid of him. That's what they're going to do.
See, but that's the downfall of any fan, and that's what I really hate about the bandwagon or the ones who are like, oh no, like guys, like baseball, you have what 165 games that you play per year. Like you're gonna lose. There are gonna be games that you lose, right? It doesn't make it. It doesn't mean that they're a horrible player. Doesn't like you have to watch the consistency. So what? They had a bad game. So what? They had a setback. If they're able to come back and do better, then like let's give them the credit. Let's give them where the credit is due.
Unless it's consistently like year after year after
Right.
year after year.
Well, and
Yeah, then you can bitch and complain.
I feel like all Pittsburgh sports are in that vicious cycle right now. It's like the Steelers, since our last Super Bowl, okay, we have a winning season, but we either just make it into the playoffs and lose the first round, or we just get kicked out of the playoffs. Like Pirates, again, same thing all the time. Penguins are now in that cycle. We
Yeah.
haven't made the playoffs in the past 2 years. It's like, it's just it's, and I think that's, and I get it. Like, yes, they, Pittsburgh's used to winning. That's all they do is win, and now like people don't know how to handle it. And I'm like, I kind of get that, but it's like,
What the heck?
it can't be perfect 24/7.
Xander.
What is he doing? Is he drunk?
No, as soon as you said, but Pittsburgh fans would be like, and all of a sudden Xander was like, "What the heck?" He basically just helped you out.
That's how they feel. That's how they feel.
Right? Except they don't say heck. It's always
Mhm.
something else.
There's profanity.
It's way more vulgar. Yes, it's so bad. But I mean, you have to take the good and the bad.
Mhm.
Like if the Pirates start doing good, bless you. You're welcome. But if
The
the Pirates
dumbest
start
phrase I
doing
ever heard
good,
in my life.
you will see hardcore bandwagon jumpers.
Mhm.
And it's bad. I've seen it with the Pirates. Like the only reason why I was like amped, I think that they were in what they did that playoff run or that wild card thing, only was because it was like the year I think the Pens and the Steelers like both won the championships and they got to the wild card. Like I told Xander when he was young, I was like, "You'll never see that again. Like you'll never see that again."
Mhm.
But
Well, by the time they're older, it'll probably, who knows?
they might have sold the fucking Pirates by then. I mean, it's possible.
I don't
But
know.
I can't. That's what I can't stand with the bandwagon. Like I really can't. Like how many times I've had people go from like a team and they're like, "Oh yeah, well Mets fan." I'm like, "Fuck off! No, you're not. Like you have not gone through the trauma that I have gone through."
Do you guys I guess like here in Pittsburgh it's different. I'm just curious because I know if you like one you're supposed to hate the other, but do you get a lot of people that jump from Yankees to Mets?
Yep. Mhm. Like for me, I won't bandwagon, but I will support. So like last year, I supported the Yankees because I'm rooting for the city. I'm rooting for the state. That's the way it is. I will
That's
root for
how
the
I
whole.
am.
But
Yeah.
I still hate the Yankees. Still don't care much for them. My the biggest rival are the Phillies. Cannot stand them. Will not support them. I laugh every time.
Hey.
Like I text my friend yesterday. I was like, "Oh, so who's the better Pennsylvania team?" "Oh, that's right, the Western ones." Like I rubbed it in their face.
It's the poop series. You guys got the Subway series, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We got the poop series.
No, but I do the same thing as Sam. Like if like the Steelers get eliminated, like I'll pull for the Eagles. Like
Yeah.
I'll do that.
I did last year. Like I voted for the Eagles once. I mean, once you saw what the play. Oh, sorry. Once you saw what like the playoff brackets were going to look like, I was like, okay, I think the Eagles. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I was like, I don't know, like with the
I
Phillies,
could just never do.
really don't care.
Yeah, the Philly. Like, so in Pennsylvania, like, okay, we'll just say Philly. Like, I don't feel like I don't have a grudge with the Eagles or with the Phillies. Like, because I don't feel like those two sports, like the Pirates and the Steelers, like Yeah, we play them. It might be only every so often, like every so many seasons or whatnot or whatever. But I don't know. There's something there for me that I'm just like, I don't feel like, not that they're in two different like leagues. You know what I mean? Like competition wise, like one's better than the other. But it's just like I don't know. I just don't feel a hatred there. But now the Flyers,
Never,
I will
never,
murder somebody.
never, never, ever, 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 ever.
No, no. The Flyers are a piece of shit. Now
Yes.
Philly fans, they can be rough. I hate Philly fans until this past weekend. So Sam, I went to the game on Friday.
Hmm.
I was telling Paulie this. We sit. We so Mike. I went with Mike. He has, still has his season tickets, and we sit in the club level. And we know the usher there. He's been our usher forever. Nicest guy in the world. He sits. He goes and cleans off our seat, wipes it down after the whole rain delay. And the our section was like empty. There might have been a few people sitting down front, but we have the very last row. It's so nice. And we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, I'm guessing it's not going to be busy because the rain scared everybody away. Well, they slowly started creeping out like cockroaches.
Hmm.
There was so much fucking red in that goddamn stadium. It hurt me. And we sit next to what I told Paul seemed like it was like a guy's outing. Some like
Hmm.
father son, like a father son, two duos. And I'm not talking like little kids. I told him they were old enough to drink. So I think like college age kids. And
Right
they were
there.
they're hooting and they're booing every time a Pirate player was announced. Anytime one of our guys went up to bat, and I'm like, this is not going to go good. Mike was like, I can't. Like these guys are fucking killing me. So they weren't horrible. Like they could have been worse, but they were. They were. It was a little hard to focus on the game with them sitting next to you screaming,
Hmm.
but they weren't being vulgar. You know what I mean? Like again, they could have been worse. And Mike goes to get a refill and to get use the restroom or whatever, and he comes back after a little bit. He was talking to our usher for a little while, and he finally comes back and sits down, and he looks and he goes, "What is going on?" And I was like, "Oh, yeah. Well, while you were gone, I made friends with those guys. They're our buddies now." He's like, "Fuck." I was like, we misjudged. They're actually really cool guys. I was like, we kind of misjudged them. I was like, we shouldn't have gone against Paul Tuttle Senior. Like that guy was pretty fucking cool. Like he looked just like Paul Tuttle Senior from.
See, not all Philly fans are bad, but like, okay, so I lived in Philadelphia for 4 years, and when the Eagles won that Super Bowl,
Yeah,
holy hell, it was like hell. I could not even leave my apartment because of how bad it was. Like
yeah,
I was living in the city, so like it was chaos,
yeah,
and that's where I
yeah.
was
That's
just like, you guys are insane.
yeah. I mean, I love their passion. They love their sports in that city. It's just that they're a good majority of them. Like I said, there are some outliers, and I
Yeah.
apologize. I didn't apologize to them because I didn't know I judged them. But like I told Mike, I said I feel bad that I prejudged these guys. Like the one kid was getting a little out of pocket a little bit because he was drinking. I told
Mhm.
Paul, I was like, but his dad was the big dude with the cutoff and
Mhm.
he looked like he was there to fuck somebody up. He put him in check. He was like, listen, I told you, take it easy tonight. Like we're not doing this shit. He's like, I'll let
Mhm.
him put you in fucking PNC Park jail. I don't give a shit. Like he told him about himself, and then he gave him a lap dance. There's a whole thing with Hannah Montana. There was a Hannah Montana there, but the dad ended up giving the son a lap dance. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, like the kid was looking for like this chick named Hannah that apparently was that lived by them that ended up coming up to Pittsburgh for the game, and the dude, like the drunk dude, was like stealing the binoculars and like looking for the chick, choking out his buddy at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah. He
Yeah,
was
like
he was a hot mess, but like not. And again, like not. And it was entertaining. It was very
Yeah.
entertaining just to know that if the game got boring or something happened in the game where I'm like, this sucks, I could just look over and be like, all right, I'm back in it. What are we doing, buddy?
Mhm.
And then there was the other guy with him that was live betting every pitch.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't gamble like that. Like, I know you can live bet, but I have never seen somebody sit and fucking live bet every fucking pitch. He was
Over under?
betting. He was betting on the velocity, and that's how we became friends. Is because while Mike was gone, he was trying to bet, and it was our pitcher that was pitching. And I was like, "Hey, I'm going to give you a little inside tip." I was like, "He can't pitch over like his top is like 94, 95. He's not Paul Skeens. He's not throwing 100." I was like, "So if depending on what they're giving you, I would always kind of take the under for the most part." And he was like, "Okay." So he bet, and he was like, "Fuck, I won." He was like, "That's my dude all night, buddy. Me and you, me and you." And I'm like, "Oh shit, what just happened?" Like, what did I start? So I told Paul, he'd go, he'd just like snap his head real quick. He'd go, higher or lower? And I'm like, what are the odds? What are they giving you? Like, I don't know the details to give you higher or low. Like, I don't know what the under. He was like 94.5. And I was like, under. He was like, okay. He was like, fuck, we won. And I'm like, because he pitched 94, so he won by the 0.5. And I'm like, fuck. I was like, all right. I was like, would you just win like a couple $100 or something? He goes, I won $1.95. And I was like, we've been doing this for how fucking long and you've won $1.95? And he was like, what all adds up in the end?
Yeah, but like what?
I was like, I was like, this dude, I was like, and that's when his buddies were all like, the other guys were like, yeah, he's got a problem. Like, we keep telling him, but he doesn't listen to us. And I was like, and the other guy was, so then the guy that was betting, he was like, he told the guy that was bitching at him, he goes, I bet you I'll bet all night long. And he goes, you're betting me about betting. He was like, do you not learn? And I was like, this fucking guy will bet on anything. And they were like, yes, he will bet. He will try and bet you on how many fucking raindrops are going to fall right now. That's when Mike came back. I was like, these dudes are hilarious, Mike. I was like, give him a chance. You're going to like them. And before the end of the night, Mike was talking to him too. He had to admit, he was like, yeah, we misjudged. And I was like, it's
when
like,
I lived in Philly, I was dating a guy who, when I first started dating him, he didn't know shit about baseball, but he knew that I was a diehard Met fan, and he was just like, "All right." He's like, "So I want to get to know more about baseball." So I taught him, and I taught him everything there was about baseball. Before I knew it, he was really into it with me, but he was a diehard Philly fan. And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "I know you're still new. You're not quite understanding the division rival here. It's okay. It's all right. We'll get through this. We'll work it out if we, you know." So I remember we went out to, I think it was Chili's. I don't remember. We went out to like a dinner, and I wore my Mets jersey and he wore his Phillies, and the game was on. And I remember he looked at me and he was just like, "Are you trying to get us murdered? Like, what are you doing?" And I was like, "Well, suck it up. They'll be fine." So I walk in. Of course, you get a couple of them who give snide remarks, whatever. But there was a family who was like in the booth next to us, and I remember they were just like laughing, and the woman goes, "How long you been together?" And I was like, "Right now, over a year." "Why?" And she was like, "Oh, well, then if you survive that, you're pretty much good." And the husband turns around, and the husband turns around, he looks at me and he goes, "God bless you." And I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm not a Mets fan, I'm a Yankee fan, but I feel your pain." He's like, "I don't know why you would want to date a Philly fan." And like we were able to joke about it and laugh. You know, they weren't.
Me and Mike, we did that once before. We went to it was one of the first times in a long time that Boston had come to Pittsburgh to play. And besides the Pirates, I'm a Boston, like I like Boston.
Yeah.
So me and Mike went to one of the games that for the weekend series. We got tickets and went to the game. The whole row in front of us, and I'm talking whatever 20 seats that are in a row. It was all a large, again, like a guy's trip that came down, and they were like, we were like, oh, this is gonna suck. Like, they're gonna be so obnoxious. Once again, some of the funnest fucking dudes that we had ever met. Like, and it all started because once again, they were picking on one of their buddies. This is whenever the PNC Park tried doing the new weird technical thing where you fill a draft beer from the bottom and it's supposed to create less head foam on the beer.
Yeah.
So the Pirates were doing that for a while, and then there was like a magnetic chip on the bottom that kept, from leaking.
Yeah.
They kept telling us because he was already lit. like I don't even know how he got in the ballpark. They pre-gamed it. He was lit, and they kept telling him that was the special coin on the bottom of the cup to go get a free refill. So he kept poking the fucking thing through the bottom, and the beer would he was soaked, covered in beer. And they were like, oh, you gotta get it. So he would go get a fucking another one, come back. They'd give him like 5-10 minutes. Bro, you won. You got another fucking coin. Oh, shit, guys. Coke, fucking beer everywhere. He finally, like the third time, he got up to go get another one. And me and Mike were like, this guy, is he just going to keep doing this all night? And they were like, yep. They're like, if you want to be entertained, just stick with us because this is going to get hilarious. And I'm like, it's already fucking hilarious. And they're like, it's going to get even better. Me and Mike
The
were
best
like,
part
we're
is it's
in.
happened 3 times. Like,
No, Paul, it happened, and I think almost a total of 5 to close to 6 times has happened before he finally was that drunk that like I'm like, how did he get drunk? He didn't drink any of the fucking beer. But like he passed out in the seat. Like he just slumped over and took a nap.
Did he
was
like
done.
pregame before going?
Yeah, they were staying at the Omni across the street in town.
Yeah.
And here's the other kicker. It was furry weekend. And these dudes had never experienced the furries before. So they were like,
good time.
dude, these guys were fucking blown away. They're like, you guys, you ever see these fucking people dressed in fur costumes? And we were like, yeah, it's the furry convention. It comes here every year. And they were like, we don't fucking get this shit back up in Boston. They're like, he's like, these motherfuckers are walking around with tails and ears and shitting in litter boxes. He's like, what the fuck is going on? And we were like, it's interesting. Like we don't partake, but it's just it's a sight to see. And they were like, fucking right, it is. And then they were like, yeah, we're gonna go back after the game. You guys want to come with us? We're gonna go do furryoke. And me and Mike were like, no, we're good.
Oh,
we
I would have jumped on that in a heartbeat.
I would have fucking went, bro.
I mean, I was intrigued, but I was like, I don't like you. You're asking us to go back to a hotel. I don't know what other kind of shenanigans might go on. I don't want to be a part of this. I don't know. I don't know what kind of guys you are. But they turned out to be cool guys. We misjudged. We thought they were going to be those Massachusetts assholes. You know what I mean? Like, but
and meanwhile,
they were.
Let's go see the fire race.
They were cool as shit. Yeah, like their accents were like hilarious. Like,
Boston,
at one point, I thought I was talking to one of the fucking Wahlberger. I thought I was talking to Mark Wahlberg for a minute. I was like, this guy sounds just like they were cool as shit, and they kept us entertained. Like besides the game, it was just like, all the shit that they did. Like it was a good time, and like I think at one point they were asking like, you guys want beer? We'll get you. We got you. You got beer? Like it's like we were now me and Mike were like part of the crew almost, and I'm like. Fuck. And it was like, and that's the thing is like they came down because just one ticket to Fenway Park was their ticket and like I think they said maybe the hotel, like they were able to do 2 things here in Pittsburgh for the price of 1 ticket at Fenway.
And that's even if you're able to get those tickets, because I've been trying to, like, my dad and I have a goal of where we want to go visit try to visit every single baseball stadium. Yeah. And that's the one that I still, one of these days I'm going to save money. One of these days it's going to happen.
Yeah, that's, again, me, like I said, that's my other team besides the Pirates. Like, and I would love to one day to get there. Mike's been there. Mike, I think, went there. No, yeah, he did go. Mike's been there.
Where'd he go? Fenway Park.
He went to Fenway Park.
Fenway Park.
He went out there to see. He went out to see Ted the Bear.
Ted the Bear. Fenway Park.
Yeah, I would love to, and I think from what I hear too, like the area is nice. Like,
don't worry, Sam. We don't make fun of yours unless you start getting angry. Then we talk about your voice.
No, that's not true. We don't talk about you on camera.
You can go ahead and do it all you want. It's fine.
No, but
that's why we sit here. Me and Paul sit here we have like a little countdown. We're like, all right, Sam's back from New York, first episode. How thick's the accent gonna be?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we
did. Just wait, because I'm going to New York in July for 2 weeks. So
yeah, right.
Wait till
I was like, the New York one's great, but the Boston one's fucking crazy, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm just saying, okay? I'm just saying. I don't know what it is, but I find the Boston accent on men very sexy. So, like, I would become this very giddy girlish type. I'd be like, oh my God, like, really? Like, it would be
Then you have
bad.
the
It would be
accents
real bad.
clashing. I'd be sitting there going, I'd be watching from afar, like this is the best shit I've seen on television.
Yeah. You get
Like
a real
this
thick
shit
New
does.
Yorker and a fucking Bostoner.
And a
Oh
Boston.
man.
Hey, you want a beer? You mean a lager?
But that's funny you say that because, like, when I first went to college, my undergrad college, it was in Connecticut, right? So at this time, like, I went a couple weeks before school, before it actually started, and we had to go meet like who our roommate was going to be, who our dorm mates, you know, just kind of in that area. And I remember meeting this girl, Amy, and she's from Boston, and she had the accent and all that, and I had my thick New York, and she's like, oh, where you from? And I'm like, I'm from New York. And I was like, you're from Boston? And she's like, I sure am from Boston. And like, it was like putting us in the room together. We were both loud, we were both obnoxious, and people could not understand us.
You go in that room and the tension is so fucking thick.
That's why those two got stuck as roommates, because nobody else wanted to fucking be their roommate. They're like, fuck that. I'm not sleeping. I'm not hanging with her.
You don't go past their dorm. You can hear them bitches.
Like, that's some shit there.
Right?
Yeah, I
Jesus.
think the Boston accent's like one of the, I think like a cooler accent, like, you know, in the U.S. Like,
Mhm.
I don't know. I mean, New York. I just feel like with New York though, and I know it's the same way in Boston. Like they say, like if you go to a different part of Boston, the accent's a little different.
Mhm.
But I feel like it's, I don't want to say worse, but it's that happens. I feel like even more in New York. Not that I've been to New York, but just from what I think I learned.
You'll
Like
you'll see the
there's
difference more so of like when you're heading more towards Jersey than New York. You're gonna see a difference. Like I have a coworker who's from Jersey, and like it's funny because everybody would be like, "Oh my God, you're both from New York," and I'm like, "Oh hell no, she's from Jersey.
Yeah.
She's Jersey. Don't
well,
go
that's
there."
I mean, it's funny when like Steph and Matt come home and Matt doesn't have an accent. I'll just be sitting there
Mhm.
going like, "What the fuck is wrong?"
yeah. When I first met him, I just just normal ass dude, and then you told me like, oh, he's from Jersey, and I'm like what? Like you don't sound like
You
he
you
don't
do the look. You mean like New Jersey? No, Old Jersey, motherfucker. I don't know.
Yeah.
like he don't
I feel like the
sound like he's
further
from
inland
Jersey.
you
He don't
get,
act like he's from Jersey. He don't look like he's from Jersey. Like there's nothing about
Nope.
that boy that says Jersey.
be
Yeah,
grateful. Be grateful.
it definitely tells you he's Cuban though. His curls in his hair. That's what you could definitely
He's
tell.
got a little Fidel Castro in him.
He doesn't have no Castro.
No, I found him.
I'm this close to 100 episodes. Don't fucking get me canceled. Like we were this close.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
no.
speaking of federal, what is it? Now I'm like,
Ted
Jesus
Lasso.
Christ. Spit it
What?
out, damn it.
Fidel Castro.
that's it. Fidel Castro. Yeah, speaking of that, like, have you guys watched any new shows lately? Because one I am like completely addicted to is Mob Life, yeah, I think it's Mob Life. Is that what it's called? I think it's
Mob
Mob Life.
Land.
Mobland, that's it. Yeah. Holy fuck.
Oh, the one on Paramount.
I'm trying to get the connection because I mean I've not watched it. It's actually Paul, didn't we just talk about that on
Yeah,
Saturday?
remember I
That
told Brandy, I was like,
we were
I'm
like, yeah,
trying
we
to
want to watch
watch this
that.
shit.
I'm just wondering how we got the connection from fucking Cadastro to Mobland. Like I'm still trying to figure that out.
Well,
Maybe
who
it has
wasn't
to
he a
do.
drug dealer? Or am I thinking of someone else?
No,
Fidel, you're
you're
thinking of
thinking of Pablo Escobar.
yeah, Pablo, the
Pablo.
That's
biggest
it, yeah.
drug
Okay, my
smuggler.
bad. So not him. But yeah.
But
Fidel Castro was the Cuban dictator that
yeah,
fucking he was like worse than
Yes, that's right. That's right. Yes.
one
Okay.
of the
I was
worst.
thinking about the other one, the one who like was the big mob drug dealer.
Whoop.
Yeah.
Uh
what happened?
oh.
There you is.
This fucking stand, I'm telling you, bro. It almost fell over and I went to catch it and I hit a button.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, but if you when you were talking about Mobland,
Yeah. If you
Narcos
guys
is
have not
actually pretty.
watched it, I highly suggest it. Oh my God. I did not think that I would be into it because I was like, oh my God, this is going to be gruesome. It's going to be gory. But it's like so fucking addictive.
Well, I mean, it's Pierce Brosnan, Tom Hardy, like
Uh
Yeah.
huh.
It
yeah,
looks like it's got some good cast.
Yeah,
It
for
really
sure.
does. And the
And,
way that so
like-
Pierce Brosnan does this thick Irish. Oh my god.
Did you need a minute?
It's Pierce Brosnan. Jesus Christ, you and your words today, girl.
He's got because it's a whole like they're living in England, but they're an Irish mob family. And the way he has that accent, it's just I don't give a rat's ass that he could be my grandfather. It is oh my god.
She's like, give it to me, 007, give it to me, 007.
Right? I want it shaken, not stirred. Shaken, not stirred.
Give me the golden gun, goddammit.
Right? What is this, an odd job? Get to it. Show me
I've
the
always
golden
said
eye.
that I always said that my soulmate or my twin flame was living in Ireland.
It might be.
It might
It's
be.
close. It's funny you mentioned him though. I just watched something was on like 2 weekends ago. Jane was like, "What the hell are you watching?" And I was like, "You're gonna watch this and you're gonna enjoy it." It was what the hell was the volcano movie? Dante's Peak.
That was actually not bad.
He was fucking driving through the fire with the fucking wheels on, all burnt, melting away.
Yep.
Save the dog. The old lady almost
Yeah,
died.
like that's where I feel like there's something wrong with me because yes, he was hot in Dante's Peak, but like him being much older and like wanting to murder people, I don't know what it is, but he is sexy.
It's
I
that
think
silver
it's the
fox.
sheer
It's like
fact that you
it's
want to
like the
watch him
Clooney
murder
effect.
people.
I mean, even though that Brosnan's older, I feel yeah, Brosnan's older than Clooney, but like I feel like you hear like it's like the Clooney effect, where it's like Clooney, yeah, like everybody always thought he was cute, like back in his like ER days and all that stuff. But now that he's older, he got the salt and pepper hair. Like he's making covers of GQ and whatever now. Like
Yeah.
Right?
that's the problem. I gotta let my silver fox grow up. That's my problem.
You probably should, bro.
It's
You
not
want
silver
that
though. It's
silver
gonna be
fox.
fucking all white. I'm gonna have a Santa Claus, not a fucking George Clooney look.
You would be. You would be. Like
I
people
have the
would be like,
fucking Tim Allen.
Oh god.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Well, I'm wrapping it up because I have a child to tend. So
I don't. I'm home alone.
I'm sorry, Kevin McAllister.
I'm sorry, Jim Bob.
Yeah, sorry, Jim Bob or James Robert.
It be what it be.
Yeah. But we'll catch y'all next week. I'll try to record something from Geneva this weekend. You know I'm gonna find something up in that bitch.
I have video. My kid graduates this week.
Yeah, see, there you go. We'll collectively start putting this all together as we get closer to the big old 100. So
100 grip.
100 grip. We're changing ship. Shit is going down. It's gonna be crazy. Y'all all gonna love it. For Big E, Samantha, and myself, we will catch y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.